Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Husna binti Miar Ghazali. My metric number is H19A0688. First of all, our group take Warung Maggi Sotong Kampung Dalam Ru as our chosen company. Okay, I will explain first about founder's background. So, Roslan bin Yaqub is the founder of the company. He is 41 years old. He was born in Kelantan. Before he runs up the business, he sat for Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia (SPM) at Sekolah Kebangsaan Wakaf Baru. He ran his business with his family. He chose to open this restaurant because he had previous experience in cooking. Warung Maggi Sotong is located at Kampung Dalam Ru, Tumpat, Kelantan. The company was registered on 28 October 2017. Warung Maggi Sotong open every day, which is from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. Except on Saturday, it is closed. After 3 years of operation, their business became more stable and famous with their different menus. Furthermore, the salaries of their employees were around 900 ringgit per person. One of the way to improve the systematic recording of business transaction is separate Warung Maggi Sotong business and personal finance. With this, it can treat Warung Maggi Sotong business as a separate entity regardless of size. It is a good idea to open a separate bank account for business funds and use it for next expense. This way, the trader will not mislead the money he has spent on his business and personal life and will save his time by splitting the other two. Other than that, make bookkeeping part of the accountant or owner of the company routine. Once they establish a routine, they shall find that the work through their books more quickly. Next, the accountant or owner has to keep their bookkeeping up to date all the time if there are transactions that make on that day.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I start explain about ledger account, I will introduce myself first. Okay, my name is Nurul Atika Shamimi binti Zaidi and my metric number is H19A0664. Okay, now I will explain what is ledger account. Ledger account is used to record any transactions that occur in the business. It is a separate record within the general ledger that is assigned to a specific asset, liability, equity, revenue, and expenses. Okay, every time we record a transaction, we will debit one account and credit another account. This recording system is called double entry bookkeeping. The purpose of the ledger is to take the entry made in the journals and log and tellings of all transactions and affect a specific account. For the main objectives of preparing ledger account is first, classification and recording of business transactions, 2, detailed financial information, and last, basic of trial balance. Now I will explain about how to apply the rules of double entry. Firstly, before we start record any transactions, we must analyze the nature of the transactions to decide the account to be used. Second, record the debit or credit entries. There are a few examples of kedai Maggi Sotong Kampung Dalam Ru ledgers involved that I can point out. The first we can see cash account. On 2 January 2020, the owner kedai Maggi Sotong Kampung Dalam Ru, Mr. Roslan bring 15,000 ringgit mentioned cash into the business as capital. We can see that is involve two accounts such as cash account and capital account. For the cash account, we record it as capital by debit side, while for capital account, we record it as cash account beside credit. Such is the case with other accounts involve both of the debit and credit entries. After we finish analyze each of the account involved, we need to close the account and balance it. For example, when the owner closed the January account, he will use carry down or CD to show the balance of the month January. When Mr. Rosan start the account for February 2020, Mr. Rosan will use balance brought down or BD reference to the 50,000 ringgit merchants to show the balance brought down from previous month. That's all from me about ledger account, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Hamizah binti Baba. So I want to talk about trial balance. A trial balance is a bookkeeping worksheet in which the balance of all ledger are copied into debit and credit account column, total that are equal. A company prepare a trial balance periodically, usually at the end of every reporting period. The purpose of a trial balance is to ensure that all entries made into an organization general ledger are properly balanced. A trial balance lists the ending balance in each general ledger account. The total amount of the debit and credit in each accounting entry are supposed to match. The trial balance has two sides, the debit side and the credit side. Debit include accounts such as asset account and expense account. Credit are accounts such as income, equity and liabilities. Kedai Maggi Sotong Kampung Dalam Ru have 12 items which is capital, purchases, furniture, motorcycle, drawing, stationery, water, electricity, telephone, salary, sale, cash in trial balance. What is credit and debit? A debit is an accounting entry that either increase an asset or expense account or decrease a liability or equity account. It is positioned to the left in accounting entry. A credit is an accounting entry that either increase a liability or equity account or decrease an asset or expense account. For this trial balance, we can see in debit side we have purchases which is 6,000, drawing 500, stationery 200 and some more. And in credit side we have only two items which is capital and cash. So for this trial balance we need to put all the items that involved and the amount of each item we need to add, and there is the total amount of it is 65,000, which is both sides have the same amount.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Ali Rohimi bin Muhammad Suhaimi. I would like to talk about Kedai Maggi Sotong Kampung Dalam Ru. So for my part, it's a trending and profit and loss account for the month ended 31 January 2020. So for the first, how to get the gross profit is sale minus with cost of goods sold. So for the sale at Kedai Maggi Sotong is a 50,000 ringgit, and the purchase in cost of goods sold is a 6,000 ringgit. So how to get the gross profit is sale minus with cost of goods sold, and can get 9,000 ringgit. For the expenses in Kedai Maggi Sotong Kampung Dalam Ru is a stationery, water, electricity, telephone and salary. So for the stationery is a 200 ringgit, water 100 ringgit, electricity 200 ringgit, telephone 200 ringgit and salary 6,300 ringgit. So for the total is a 7,000 ringgit. So how to get the net profit is expenses minus with gross profit. Next is asset and liabilities for Kedai Maggi Sotong. For asset is the item your company owns that can provide future economic benefit. For the liabilities is what you own other parties. In short, asset put money in your pocket and liabilities take money out. For the asset in Kedai Maggi Sotong Kampung Dalam Ru are motorcycle, furniture and stationery. Liability water, electricity, telephone and salary.
Without accounting, you cannot display the financial health of your business to your stakeholder. Accounting play a crucial role in preparing the complete financial statement. The importance of accounting is the highlight to recording transaction, budgeting and planning, decision making, business performance, liquidity, and financial positions. Recording transactions. The primary role of accounting is to maintain a systematic, accurate, and complete record of all financial transactions of a business. These records are the backbone of the accounting system. Transactions are first recorded in the book of primary entry and then recorded in the ledger system. A primary entry record is where a transaction is first recorded. The cash book, this record amount paid into and out of the bank account. The general or nominal ledger, which recorded which record amounts such as wages, sale, purchase, electricity, travel, rent, insurance, repair, receivables, payables, and non-current assets. The cash and bank account are technically part of this ledger, but are usually physically kept in a spread book because cash and bank transactions are so numerous. Budgeting and planning. Budgeting and planning is an analytical application that helps you set top-down target and generate a bottom-up budget, which is at the foundation of your organization operations. It helps to manage, evaluate business alternative and set financial target, and it enables the organization to work cooperatively and efficiently through the budgeting alternative process. Decision making. To make decisions for the companies, to developing policies to increase the efficiency of business process using a step-by-step decision making. Market liquidity refer to the extent to which a market such as country stock market or city real estate market allow assets to be bought and sold at stable and transparent pace. Accounting liquidity. Accounting liquidity measures the risk with which an individual or company can meet their financial obligations with the liquid asset available to them, the ability to pay off debt as they come due. Suggestions. My suggestion to improve the business is open branch. Maggi Sotong have the value of to be sold to another place because they always have demand for the food. My second suggestion is collaborate with strategy partner. Collaboration with strategy partner were the important thing in business, especially for the small business to improve their capital and market. Lastly, a company should deal with the supplier. In case anything happen with the market seafood, the company do not have to worry about the agreement. The company should make deal with suppliers so that the item of Maggi Sotong that can be produced on any time and not effects, especially during seasonality.